Hi, Jay Bird here, Jay Bradford from Jaybird's Nest. This week I want to talk to you about change again. That's probably my favorite subject because there's so much about it and it involves so much. When we have to go through a change, especially if it's one we don't want to go through or that we weren't planning on, we tend to dig our heels in and sit there like a big rock, and we're not going to go through it, and everything we do brings up roadblocks so that we don't have to go through it. But I read this analogy recently and it really struck true with me. Okay, I live on the Mississippi River, and when I was a kid we swam in the Mississippi. Wouldn't do it now for anything, but we did then. Water skied, swam, all that. One of the things we did one summer was a bunch of us, we were taken across the river in a boat and dropped off, and we were to swim back. Now, the Mississippi is very, very wide. It's a big river, lots of currents. Stupid idea. If my parents had known, they'd have killed me. Very dangerous. Shouldn't have done it, but we did. We're kids, stupid. So as we're swimming back across, we got to this one area where there's this really strong current, and we were all fighting as hard as we could to stay with the group and to stay on course. And it's like a riptide in the ocean. It just gets a hold of you and it doesn't let go. It's like you're being sucked in, so to speak. So I'm trying to figure out how to get on across, because by this time I'm getting tired. So I thought, okay, what if I just let go a little bit and angle towards shore, and it'll take me downstream a little bit, but not real far. So that's what I did. And as soon as I'd gone probably 100 yards, I was out of the current, and it was easy for me to get across. When we go through change, it's much like that. We're this rock that's planted, and this river is flowing over us and trying to push us down, and we're digging our feet in, and we're not going with the change. We're not cooperating with the change. Over time, several things happen. One is the water constantly going over the rock wears it down. And that's what this fighting the change does for us. It wears us down. This is where exhaustion sets in, and overwhelm, and all the bad feelings that we have toward the change. And we just don't want to face it. We avoid it. Procrastination sets in. We don't do the things we need to do to get toward that change. But if we angle just a little bit and make plans and do one small step at a time, very soon the overwhelm leaves, the fatigue leaves, we find ourselves on track for where the change needs to take us, and we find out it's not so bad after all. Change can be something very positive. It can be negative, like losing your job or something, or, grief, losing your spouse. Went through that. But we are who we are at our core. So no matter what change we go through, no matter how traumatic or how big, we are still ourselves at our core. So we're not going to lose ourselves in this change. But if we cooperate and move slowly toward the change, maybe a little bit at an angle, but still toward it, we won't have that overwhelm, that fatigue, that procrastination. We'll get through it. And I challenge you this week to focus on a change that you have to make. For me, I'm avoiding the reunion and I'm not even going to think about that. But one thing I am going to focus on is I have purchased several programs that I have not completed. You know, you get them, you start them, you're all enthusiastic, and then your interest wears off and it's gone. So this week I'm going to do at least one module out of 2 programs that I purchased that I haven't finished. And that's my goal for this week. That's my small goal. My big goal, 50th high school reunion. Still not sure what I'm going to do with that, but we'll see. Okay, you have a great week. Jaybird out.